And hello students, hope you are watching all my videos, but I have seen only 2 views. I don't know whether you are watching the videos. Please do watch the videos and prepare, because as soon as college reopens you will be having your CAT, and I don't know whether the CAT will be by the month end, April month end. So I need to complete the syllabus, and at the same time you please go through all the topics what I am posting. Right now we'll move on to a string n copy. So here what we are going to do is we are going to copy n characters from the source to the destination. So already we have seen string copy, that is used to copy the source to the destination. All the characters of the source will be copied to the destination, but here we are going to copy n characters from the source to the destination. Remaining all things is going to be the same, right? So we'll see one small program here. Hash include stdio.h, hash include string.h. Since we are using the string functions, you need to include string.h. And here I have got 2 character arrays. One I am going to call it as source, and one I am going to call it as destination. Here string copy src. So here to this particular variable I am copying this string. If you want, you can also use getters and you can get the input from the user, right? So since I want to recall the functions, I have used string copy here. And then again I am using string n copy. So here string copy means this entire string will be copied to the source, right? So string n copy means here I am specifying how many characters I want to copy. So this is my destination to this particular variable. From this particular variable I am going to copy 14 characters to this particular variable, right? So this is nothing but your string n copy. So this is a difference between string copy and string n copy, right? So string copy means the entire string will be copied to the destination. String n copy means the number of characters you have specified will be copied from the source to the destination, right? Now here I am printing using a printf statement. So here I have specified 14 characters. So when you check here, the 14 characters is going to be, this is a exam. So PLE will not be copied to your destination, right? And then similarly you have string n compare. So compare is nothing but used to compare the 2 strings, whether they are equal, whether the string 1 is less, or whether the string 2 is greater. So n compare means it will check only the n character. Excuse me. So it will compare only the n characters of both the strings, right? So now you check here int string n compare, and here I have got a first string, I have got a second string, and here I will specify the number of characters I want to check, right? So already we have seen string compare. String compare is nothing but what? If both the strings are equal, then the return value, here the return value is going to be int. If both the strings are equal, then it is going to return you 0. Suppose if string 1 is greater, then it is going to return you positive value. If string 1 is less than string 2, then it is going to give you a negative value. So how it is going to give you a positive and negative value? Depending upon the ASCII value of the character. So the first mismatched character, for that the ASCII value will be taken, and that difference it is going to be given as a value, right? Now hash include stdio. Similarly here, since I am going to use a string function, I am going to include string.h. I have got 2 arrays, string 1 and string 2. And for getting the result, because in string compare it is going to return you an integer, so I have got int result, right? Now here again I have used string copy. String copy is nothing but what? To copy the string to the destination. So here this is my destination. To str1 I have copied hello, and similarly using string copy I have got str2 comma hello world, right? Now here I am going to use string n compare. Here I am going to give two values, str1 and str2, first string and second string, and how many characters I am going to compare, that I can specify in string and compare. So I have given it as 5. So first 5 characters will be checked. So HELLO, so 5 characters. These two things are same here. So if the result is greater than 0, then string 1 is greater. Less than 0, string 1 is lesser. If both the things are equal, it will print both the strings are equal. Here the result is 0. So here I am getting the printf statement, both strings are equal. Right? So this is n compare. If I want to compare only n characters in a particular string, remaining if I am not bothered, then I can use string n compare. Right? Now next we will move on to another string function called str. This is nothing but, already we have seen strchr, that is used to find a character, the occurrence of a character in a given string, right? So str means is a function that finds the first occurrence of the substring. So it will find the first occurrence of the substring s2 in the string s. Right? So here I am going to find whether s2 is present in s1. So s1 is nothing but the main string and s2 is nothing but the substring. So it is going to give you the location where that particular string is present. It is going to return you a pointer. So till now we have not seen what is a pointer. So just I'll tell you what is this program all about. No need to worry about this char star p and all. Once we see what is a pointer, then you can understand what is this, right? So just now you just understand the basic thing of a program. Hash includes string.h. Already told you, since we are going to use string function. I have got a 2 character array. I can directly initialize like this also as a string. So if I initialize directly like this string, a null character will be added at the end of the string automatically, right? So here I am checking str. So s2 is nothing but come. So I am checking whether come is present in this particular string. Yes, COME is present in welcome, right? And this is going to return you the address where this particular C is present, right? So once this substring is being matched, it returns you the location where this come begins, right? 0, 1, 2, 3. So in this particular address, this come is being beginning, right? So it returns you the pointer value. I'll tell you what is a pointer value when we move on to the topics pointer. Till now it is going to return you the address, right? So if it is null, if I get 0 value, then it means the string not found. Else if it contains some address, then I need to print that if I have some address here, then I can print string found. If I don't have any address here, it will be a 0. So if it is 0, then I will print what? Else the string not found. Clear? So these are all simple things. Right. There is another program here. There we have seen if the pointer is there, then we need to print what about the string, right? Suppose if I want to write something in the place of that particular substring, even that I can do it. Is that clear? So for example, when you see here, I have an S1, I have S2, so fun with game, right? So here I am checking str, S1, S2. So I am checking whether game is present in this particular string. Yes, it is present. So this pointer will return where this game substring begins, right? So now I can replace this particular game with a new string. So using string copy, in that particular location, I can write some more string. So this strings will be copied to this particular location, right? So when I print that particular new string now, then you will have the message fun with strings. In the place of game, I have replaced with what? Strings. Even that I can do it with str. So I will find out whether the substring is present. if the substring is present, then in that particular place I can rewrite with another string. Clear? Right. And next we'll move on to another program. Write a program to find the first occurrence of a word in a string. Now this is not, I am not going to use a library function here. Without using the library function, I need to find the first occurrence of the word. So if you take the same example, fun with game. If I want to find out game, whether the game is present in the string, then that you can do it with a library function. So now we'll see how to do the same thing without using the library function, right? Now similarly hash include stdio.h. Since I'm not going to use any library functions, I'm not including string.h, and I have a character str word because I need to get a word that is also going to be in another string, and here this is going to be my original string I, j and flag, right? Now printf enter any string. So whatever the string I am entering, I can enter with the space. So I am going to read that particular string with get s. We already discussed that if you use scanf and %s, then %s is not going to read the spaces in between. If I want to read the spaces between the strings, then I need to use getS, right? So getS of str. I can also use getLine. If you want, you can use getLine, right? Right. GetS of str. And then I'm once again asking the user, please enter the word you want to search for. So I need to check whether the particular word is nothing but a substring, right? So whether the substring is present in the original string or not. So that also I am getting it as getS word, right? So again I am using the for loop. I am not going to use a library function. So I need to act upon character by character. So I am using the for loop. So for I is equal to 0. String of I not equal to null. We have already seen that end of the string is being marked with a null character. So till I reach the end of the string, I have to read character by character to do my operation, right? So now here, still it is not equal to null I++, right? And every time I am checking that string of I is equal to word of 0. Suppose let us take the same example, fun with games, right? So here the first is game. This is a word I have entered, right? This is the word I have entered. So what is my first letter? G. So I'll check whether G matches with any of the character in the array, right? So first I will check fun with game. This is the thing we have given it as input. F equal to G. No. So automatically I'll go here. I'll go to the for loop here. I'll check with the next thing, right? So I will keep on moving till it matches with G. So when it matches with G, see it can be anything. Any word begins with G. For example, get is also a word beginning with G. But I don't want get, but I want what? Game. So once the first letter matches, I need to check the remaining letters to confirm whether the game is same as the game present in the original string, right? So I am checking the first letter. If the first letter matches, then I am making flag equal to 1, and then I am trying with the remaining words present in the word. Is that clear? So I am continuing with the same str, my original string. So I value remains the same. With I value, I am adding my j value. So I am incrementing my original array as well as I am incrementing my word array. So this is a word array you have. So I am incrementing this also, and I am checking each and every character here. If for example first character I have checked, so once again I am checking the first character, and the next character when you check here A, here E. So now what happens? It is not matching here. That means it is not the substring what we are looking for. So once it is not equal, I am making my flag equal to 0 and I am breaking this for loop, because again I need not check here. because it is of no use. I can go to this for loop and I can do the same checking operation, right? So I will break and I will move on to this for loop, original for loop. Clear? Suppose if the next character matches, for example, if I have like this gate, so here second character matches, but when you take the third character, here it is M, here it is T, so again it is not matching, it will come out, right? Suppose instead of T, if I have M, right? So now the entire string matches. Here I G A M E, this is M, sorry. This is M, so G A M E. All the words matches, so this if will not be executed. If it is not executed, what happens? I will complete this for loop, right? And then here if ends, here the for loop ends, and here this ends, right? And then I am coming here. If flag equal to 1, yes, my flag is still 1 because it is being matched. Game is being matched with game. So if flag equal to 1, break. Because we need to find only the first occurrence of the substring. I need not check once again whether game is present in the original string. I may have game repeatedly. For example, if you take is, I may have so many is in my statement, but only I want to find the first occurrence of is. Here I want to find the first occurrence of game, right? So once I have got this, I can come out of this original for loop, and then I can once again check if flag equal to 0, print string not found. Else I am going to print the string is found at this particular location. In which location I have got? In I plus 1, because I have not changed my I value here. I am with this I value, I am incrementing, I am adding the j to access my original array. So in this particular location, in ith location only, the first G matched with my original string, right? So in this particular location only my substring starts. So that's why I am printing that I value, I plus 1, because since we are starting from 0, I can add I plus 1. Clear? So what we are doing it here, we are getting the original string and we need to get the substring also as input, and we are checking character by character because we are not using the library function here. I am checking character by character. Once the first character matches, again we are moving on to another for loop. Why? Because the word is going to be an array of characters. So I need to match character by character, because I need to match the substring with my original array. So here this for loop is for matching your entire substring with an array contents, right? Only if the entire all characters matches, then I am making my flag equal to 1. Even if one character is not matching in between, I am making my flag equal to 0 and I am breaking out of this for loop. Why I am breaking out of this for loop? Here it is not matching, but again in future it may match with the original string. So again I am moving back here. Suppose if it matches, what is the meaning? Once it matches, we can come out of the for loop. Why? Because they asked you only the first occurrence of the substring. So once it matches, I can come out of the entire for loop and I can print that the substring is being matched. And how to print the location? Here I is nothing but the beginning of the location where the substring matches. If it matches, then I can print the I value. If it is not matching, then I need not print the I value. Clear? Right.